Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. The IFBB Texas Pro Men's Open Prejudging has let out. What a battle we had up there in Texas. What a lineup. It lived up to its billing for sure. Let's mention some of the big names. Andrew Jacked. His last name really does fit his physique very well. He is huge. He is ripped. Maybe not as hard as I'd like to see him on that Olympia stage, but this guy has got crazy muscle separation, density, size. For only his third show he's ever competed in, according to what I hear, it's almost unbelievable. You know, this guy has got so much mass and density from the sides, from the back, from the front. When he locks his quad down, he's got cross striations. He's in the green trunks here. You can see him in this lineup. He looks really impressive. And, you know, I got to just say that this guy could be another guy we can add into that conversation as to being a dangerous guy to the Olympia throne down the road. Steve Kuklo, the hometown guy, the fan favorite here. He came, he delivered a really good condition physique. I don't think I've seen Steve this hard in a long time. I think he's going to wind up in the second position here. He looks really good. I think that, you know, he might be a little flat here and a little down in size from what we normally are used to seeing. And I don't know if that was intentional or non-intentional, but he's really hard. And I think conditioning, you know, in this kind of a lineup with his structure, the conditioning is definitely helping him here because Andrew Jacked is just crazy looking. I don't know if Steve can beat him, you know, without more size on his body. That's the honest truth. So probably coming in here as conditioned as he did was a good move and a good play on his part. I know he wanted to win here, obviously qualify for the Olympia. That's not going to happen probably. Who knows though? I mean, this is only prejudging. I think Andrew has got too many gifts that he's working with. His legs are a lot better than Kuklo's. He's got density. You know, Steve's back is harder, but you know, Andrew's back is better in terms of density and thickness, but he could be a little tighter back there, so that may be the one little kink in his armor. But you know, it's going to be a tough battle. I think these guys are going to go 1-2. That's the way I'm seeing it. They're the biggest guys in the lineup structurally. Steve is, like I said, very good conditioning today. A lot of people thought they wanted to see a bigger Steve Kuklo. I think it would have been a mistake had he come in bigger and not as conditioned. So I think right now, and the judges have probably got these two guys battling for first and second. What could you say about Kamaal Gardner? This guy, you know, probably, you know, coin flip from, you know, last week in Tampa. Obviously, some people thought Akeem won, some people thought Kamaal won. I could have had it either way. He's that good. He's that good of a short guy. But you see in this lineup, these guys are very tall. You see how short Kamaal is. That hurts him. And that's why they created the 212 class to begin with, because for guys that are as good as Kamaal who get lost in a lineup where you have really good tall guys, that's what 212 was created for. But Kamaal wanted to come in here and prove that he can stand with these open guys. He's 221 pounds on stage, which is almost about 10 pounds more than he weighs for the 212 Olympia. This is a really good Kamaal Gardner, and you know what? We're going to see him probably finish in the top 3 here, which to me, if he cracks top 3 here, that's tremendous for Kamaal because these guys are really good. Martin Fitzwater in 4th place, who was in the middle for most of the beginning of this last call out, he's probably, you know, if not the most conditioned, very close to the most conditioned guy in the whole show. He's very impressive. I think did everything he had to do here. He came in at his absolute best. He's just going to have to get a little bigger, make some small improvements to his physique. But really, this is a great look for him. I'm really also very impressed with Quinton Aria. I mean, who was 3rd last week in Tampa behind Kamaal and Akeem. This guy, when he puts a little, every year we say this, he's a tall guy, he's got a big structure, he keeps adding more mass, and he keeps getting better and better. When this guy arrives, and I think it's going to take him another 2 years probably, he is going to destroy people because he has got what a blessed structure, beautiful lines in the way his physique flows. His conditioning might have been a little better last week. He's a little bigger here this week. He still needs to put more muscle on, and that's really what it's going to amount to. He'll probably finish in the 5th position here, I would think, you know, unless, you know, they decide to bump him to 4th. But I think he's a solid 5th here. And Big Bad Bundy, Jeff Charrett, great pro debut here. He was all the way on the left with the beard. He's got a lot of mass on him too. He's got a lot of thickness and density. His conditioning is good. He just needs a bigger back. And when he gets that bigger back, he's also another guy who's going to be crazy dangerous. So we have a top 6 here that was spectacular. This lineup really, I mean, all the criticism we've had over the last probably 4 or 5 shows that we've seen in the open class, they've just been very weak lineups in the sense that there wasn't a lot of, there was 1 or 2 good guys and everyone else wasn't really up to snuff. This lineup, top 6, all fantastic. So I'm excited. We don't know who's going to win, of course. I think a lot of people are thinking that Andrew Jacked has got this show wrapped up, but Steve is the hometown boy. We got the finals still to go. Let's see what happens. Stay tuned to tonight's coverage of the final wrap-up with me a little later once the finals let out. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.